And who was it? Thomas Sowell who had that beautiful quote. I think he was talking about healthcare, but it applies to education as well. If you think it's expensive now, wait till it's free.
Right.
And we're about to make, I hope we don't, but it looks like we're about to make a horrible mistake with higher education in making it quote unquote free. And I want to be very clear here. When politicians say free education, what they really mean is making people who don't go to college pay for those who do. It doesn't sound nearly as magnanimous when you say it that way, but that's what they're talking about.
And there's an interesting thing here, Ant, because, and you see this every day, I'm sure. We always moan about how bad American education is. And it's so bad that people come from all over the world to study here. It's the gold standard. Right. It's as good as it is anywhere.
Not K through 12.
No, not K through 12, but the minute you click into
higher ed. It's a major export.
That's right. It's probably, I would say, maybe our most lucrative. I haven't figured out the numbers on it, but it's going to be pretty high.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but I think it's top 5.
It's going to be pretty high. And because if you walk on a college campus, the accents that you hear are very instructive. You can walk around knowing who came 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 miles from some other place to come here and get an education. It's high on the list. I've lived in other countries, and when you're there, people say, how can I get educated there?
Yeah.
And they always want it, and that's interesting.
And I'll make a public prediction here that James and I have made before, but we'll be official about it. What's going to happen here, if indeed we have free college, you're going to see tuition go through the roof.
That's right.
Because all of a sudden, colleges and universities can jack up tuition as much as they want because the students aren't going to be screaming, the parents aren't going to be screaming. It's going to be the government paying, the taxpayers paying for it. And when the politicians start to say, well, wait a minute, we can't afford this, the colleges and universities are going to say, well, what, you don't believe in investing in the next generation?
That's right.
And look at these politicians, you should vote them out of office. They're trying to hurt you, right?
And what in the past was the most pivotal event towards driving those costs up? Federally guaranteed student loans.
Right, yeah.
So we're just looking at a more robust version of the same.
And we're just talking about tuition. There's going to be a change within the colleges and universities because there are a bunch of majors that have little to no market value.
Right.
And currently what happens? Well, if you study this thing for 4 years and you get a degree in underwater basket weaving, you find you can't earn a living, well, that's on you. The college has already got its money. Now, if all of a sudden the taxpayer is funding this, colleges and universities are going to be under pressure from their own faculty to create a proliferation of useless majors.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they're going to get more useless as the days go by.
Right, because nobody here, not the university, not the students, nobody, not the parents, nobody has to pay the price of that waste.
Yeah.
It's going to be borne by the taxpayer.
I read somewhere that incentives matter.
How about that?
That's kind of where we always end up, isn't it?